Sadguru Paramatmane Namaha. In the last discourse, previous discourse, I tell the meaning of Samaveta. I tell the Sadguru stand you in between of the Maya and enlightenment. As the Master Krishna stand the Arjun between two armies, the Kauravas and the Pandavas army. One side is evils and devils, and second side is holy forces. So in your life also, one side is in your life is devils and evils, which comes from your sensory experiences from millions of life. And second side is your own existence, your own soul, your own divinity and spirituality. And that is bound to awake you from the false illusion. So, your life becomes a battle of evils and the good forces. And the next word is coming, Yujusava. Yujusava is the directly consulting with your seeking. Yujusava is a word having the meaning that you have is extremely interest to know the ultimate truth. So, you want to fight with the devils and evils which is controlling your nerves. Today, in the morning, my disciple asked me a question. She want say that she do not understand that what is the spirituality and what is the Maya. I am giving the answer here too with the translation. When you are doing the meditation and you are getting the real pin drop silence inside, and when anything will disturb your silence or equilibrium, that is Maya, or anything help you to stand in equilibrium and peace and silence, that is spirituality. Clear definition. The question of understanding comes from intellect and your mind. So the wish of understanding is Maya. Because somebody is provoking from you inside and trying to understand. And the understanding is the function of the intellect, not the function of your soul. But when you stand in silence or when you stand in meditation, that is the function of your soul, because that will help you to come inside of you, near your soul. Second thing is that if you will not do the meditation honestly, and you will not stand in the silence and you will not do your work in your silence, in your meditation stage, then sure and certainly your mind will be disturb you. And there is no person to fight, and only the master you see, and you will bother the master by your own disturbances. You will try to bother, but master will not bother. Maybe you can more disturb, because if you throw unnecessary things to the master, on the master, master will save himself, and because the master want to do the work of existence. So the Yujusava, it is very, very important word. Yujusava means you want to conquer all the illusion of the Maya, you want to fight inside. It is exactly not fighting, but it is exactly awareness, and avoid the false and accept the truth. If you are attentive to see inside, that is the fighting, because this attentiveness, this awareness, it will separate you from the demons and the devils, like thoughts, impressions, experiences, karmas and karmas fruits. You see, in the Mahabharata, Arjuna was not ready to fight. So every seeker do not want to ready for fight inside. He want to come outside. Because the living outside is very easy, and seeing inside is very difficult. Because the seeing inside is boring, and living outside is interesting. Because this is the nature of the mind, intellect, and the sensory organs. They want some feedings, they want some subject, they want some interest, they want some doing, they want the problems, they want to unpleasantness, because unpleasantness and problematic life is created by the mind, intellect and the ego, and that is the all game of the Maya. So first duty of a Sadguru and first duty of the disciple, that is Yujusava. Yujusava is get ready to fight inside. This fighting is very, very different than outer fighting. This fighting is a fighting not like physical or mental fighting, but this fighting is moment by moment and the day by day awareness. Moment by moment and the day by day awareness. Many emperors, many emperors and many kings, they fight and win, like the Alexander. But what was the end of the Alexander? What by the end of Temurlang? What by the end of the Ravana? What by the end of all kings? They cannot conquer their body. They cannot become the immortal. But our masters, rishis and munis, they are conquered death and birth cycle. The Alexander was cutting millions of head by his sword, but at the last he was full of unpleasantness. He was full with the sorrow and insatisfaction. His violence, impressions in his consciousness, and his anger impressions in his consciousness make the burning. He is crushing two persons. He was crushing or cutting to big persons. This unpleasantness, even not given to him, or even he do not achieve the artificial peace even. So he was very tired. Alexander was very tired. So Alexander was very unpleasant, and Alexander was very, very troubleful in the last moment of his life. He was feeling very blank. He was feeling there is nothing he has, and his sensory organs, they want fulsome thing. So he take the shelter of the vine and the women's. And even he was fed up, but he was unknown to the highest experience of spirituality. And his ego was so high, so he cannot accept any master. So my dear friend, if you will get the prime location in this world, or you get the lot of money and you get the lot of power, but that will become poison for you, because that will be increase your ego, that will not allow you to bow in the feet of the master. So Alexander, enjoying with 1,000 women, and all the time take the drink wine and take the ashes of the medicines for increasing his capacity to enjoyment. Why the person earn the money, prestige, post, power? You think that he is earning money for prestige, post, power, all these things. Why he is earning? You think that he is earning for the brahmacharya, for the living a pure life? No. He wants earn the money for his sensory pleasures. He wants earn the power to suppress other and avail everything which is not possible to achieve in others' hand. So the Sikandar, in the result, because he has many beautiful women and the girls in his haram, in his jail, from different countries and different provinces and cities. You cannot see the more big example than Sikandar of the polygamy. So the existence give punishment to the Sikandar because he was playing with the fire, so he will burn. The Sikandar caught in the sexual disease syphilis, and everywhere in his body there was the wounds, there was the pus, burning, intolerable pain, and Sikandar was dying with the peak of this pain because he avoided the chance of enlightenment and he chose the Maya and boast and power. So the person who don't want to fight with the Maya and don't want to be aware in their soul or their internal existence, if they will become like the Sikandar, they will die in great sorrow, great pain, great burning, a great worst condition. But the fools say that Sikandar was great. Sikandar was not great. But Aristotle was great. Socrates was great. So, by this emperorship or by this treasure, you can get nothing. And this is the nature of the mind. This is the nature of the mind from beginning of the Maya. He wants to fulfill his sensory hunger by any type of means. Even he wants to fulfill his sensory hunger in the way of the religious way of Karma Kanda. Even he wants to come to the master for demanding his sensory organs inputs. If you have no money, but you have the food for sufficient for living you, I am saying that is good. Because when you have no extra money, you can sleep nicely, you have no worry of thief or dacoits, and if you have guarantee for 2 days, the food for 2 times every day, then your mind can become to the master. But you have money, then you have mansion, they have you bungalows, then you will go to the puff, you will drink wine. Even you will not go to puff, but you will go in the ego and pride of your building life. And then you have lot of money, you will go the 5-star, 7-star motels and the hotels, and where you go, then you go, you will not drink the milk, you will not drink the good drink, you will drink whiskey, wine, rum, gin, vodka. Because that will become your status symbol. Because now you are enter in the society that is your higher society. You feel that is a higher society. And you will dance in the discotheques. You will dance in the parties, because the Maya is preparing the punishment for you. As a goat will be cut, and before the cutting, the butchers give the goat a very good green grass and grapes and many things. Because the goat will not imagination that he will be cut after some time. So what is the after fruits that person will get if they will not come to the master? A few fruits I am telling to you. They get the sexual diseases, they get the cancers, they get the AIDS, they get the death before the death. They cannot avail his own whole life. But the wise person, good person, even they have money, a lot of money. So what they do? They invest their money in good work. If they have little bit wisdom of the divinity, they use the money for service of mankind. And they have good wisdom, they use the money in the work of the master's spiritual services. I want to tell to my disciples, lovers and the seekers, if you have get extra money, do not put that money in your chest, because that money will become the cause of your offspring, your generation, to decay and push them in the evil practices, and they will pull your sons and grandsons in the least level of the life. So, always invest your money in the service of enlightened persons and help to enlighten others. If the enlightened persons doing discourses, you serve the listeners, you serve the water, you serve the food, fruits and other facilities by that money. So that will be a good use of your money. But if you do not do this, then that money will go in the gambling and the puff and the drugs and the injections and the hospitals and the treatment. My dear friend, If you serve the master's work, that is, you serving the existence work. Because master is never greedy, master don't want anything for him. But if you are using this money to giving the shelter, food and the drink and milk and water to the seekers, they are listening to the master, or you are helping in the meditation camps of the master, that is the best use of extra money. Never run behind the goods. Never run behind the money or treasure, because that will consume your time and you will not see inside. You will not see inside, because the life is limited and goods and money is unlimited. So the Sadguru is telling about Yuyusava. It means stand to fight inside and stand in the favor of the master and reject the Maya and reject the all sensory stimulation which make you mad and unconscious. But you always misunderstand the teaching of a master. You involve in the outer fighting. No. The battle of Mahabharata is not outer fighting, it is inner fighting. So, that will be your basic mistake when you think that this is outer fighting and you involve in outer divine practices, which is we called karma kanda. You involve in the false practices in the name of the divinity and spirituality and the religion. And you think you are a religious person, you are a dharmic person, you are a spiritual person. So the Maya play game again with you. Maya want to kill you like Abhimanyu. All the army arrangement of the Maya, all the army arrangement of the Maya, they are against you, against your enlightenment, against your awareness, against your consciousness, against your knowing. He always makes you blind. So thus only Sadguru can help you in this battle of Mahabharata, inner Mahabharata. That's why there is an example that Krishna was driving the cart of Arjuna. The car of Arjuna. I don't know the appropriate word of Ratha. My dear friend, you can understand what a difficult task for me that I am translating the Hindi book. Please have mercy and try to understand what I want to say. My dear friend, your enemy is hidden in you and you are searching your enemy in outside. And when you are searching the enemy outside, which is hidden in your home, inside of you, that he got sufficient time to distract your all possibilities. So Sadguru give you the light. Your enemy is in home and you can easily go in home and kill the enemy and be safe. But other person, they are fool. They have no Sadguru, they have no light, they have no direction, they have no directive. So they search the enemy outside and spoil the life in the karma kanda, and outside practices the name of the spirituality. If there is no Sadguru, you cannot conquer your internal enemies. If you want to be the Yuyusava, if you want to be the real seeker, if you want to be the real fighter, if you want to be the victory of this all illusion of the Maya, you should accept your Sadguru as your well-wisher, your guide and your master. My dear friend, if you want to conquer your enemies, you have to accept the Sadguru. Your body, your intellect, your ego, your mind, everything you must surrender in the feet of Sadguru, and as Sadguru say, as you do. If you do not put the Sadguru in your heart and you put other things in your heart, if you do not feel the respect and love and faith with the Sadguru exactly, then you will never be conquer this battle. Never be conquered. You can see, if the Krishna was not present with the Arjuna every time in the battle, Arjuna was easily killed by anyone, because there was more powerful person than Arjuna. Even the Bhishma, even the Jayadratha, even the Karna, many persons, they are more than Arjuna. But when the joint venture of Arjuna and Krishna, the power was become unlimited, because the Krishna was the God existence and he was unlimited powerful person, and if you join with the unlimited, you will become unlimited. So this Maya is very powerful. It can be conquered only by the help of the Master, because Master is the representative of existence. Master is like Krishna. But unfortunately, from the many births, you was defeated because you have no Master. And you have Master some birth, but you do not recognize Master and you do not take the help of Master. Because your ego was very high and your ego was not ready to accept the Master. You always think that your Master accept you and Master become your slave. But sometime Master try to turn you and bend his knees in front of you and take you on his back like a child. But sometime you become intolerable. So Master leave you and choose other disciple. That is your mistake, not the mistake of the Master. Because the ego, the Duryodhana is ego, I told before. Your ego is the driver of your cart. You not allowed to Master to driving your cart. Your ego is driver of your cart. Even you stay with the Master many months, but you always keep safe your ego in a safe room, and time to time you meet with your ego and you avoid your master, and ultimately you show that your master is your controller, but in the inner side and hidden side, your ego is your controller, is your ego is your hidden master. So how can master help you? So the forest of this Maya only given you the boundary, and your lifetime is finished. And your ego take your abstract of your impression of the life and take you in another life, and in another life you do not know that sometime you meet to you master in the past life, or another life will start with the full blindness because your ego with you. My dear friend, beg me pardon. I will not befool you. I want to say the truth. Maybe you do not come with me, don't worry, but I will not say untrue. I will say true. This is the story of your journey. And then you are not Yujusava. You are defeated person. You want to defeat, you don't want to conquer. My dear friend, how many births you will play this gambling and lost your money of your consciousness, lost your chances, lost your energy of life in this gambling. I am using this gambling because in the Mahabharata, Yudhishthira and Pandava played the gambling with Duryodhana and Shakuni, and they get 12 years forest life and 1 year's unknown life. So your ego play with you all type gambling and push you in the birth to birth, and you are wandering in the forest of the death and birth, illusion of Maya. My dear friend, this Shakuni Mama is avidya, and by the conspiracy he will not allow to win you. Even he do not allow to stand with the master also, because he knows if you will be stand with the master, you will never defeat. So he will also try to keep you out from existence mention, which is your right place, and you have the master of your mention of existence. So those not have the master, only one alternative, only one method. Call the God with the love. Call the God with all your pranas, and the God will send you the Sadguru. And when the Sadguru comes in your life, please never leave the Sadguru, and never irrespective with the Sadguru, and never do anything against the Sadguru, and never doubtful with the Sadguru, and never avoid the Sadguru. Avoid your ego and surrender in the feet of Sadguru. If you do not know that is Sadguru or not, I want to say by the name nobody can be Sadguru. Even you will not identify the Sadguru, but the Sadguru will identify you if you are real seeker. My dear friend, as the Pandavas was burned in the Lakshagraha, the house of the Bex type material, so you are also burning in the millions of the life in the Lakshagraha. Every time you was burning in the funeral place, that was your Lakshagraha. The Draupadi was safe because Draupadi was helped by Krishna. But your internal Draupadi, your peace was never safe. Every time your ego, the dark illusion of Maya, make your Draupadi insulted, because your peace never be safe in any life. You always living unpleasant life from the millions of birth. But you cannot save your peace by the hands of the Dushasan, because you never take the shelter of the master. You take the shelter of the devils and demons, and what they will do. Devils and demon will not keep mercy on you and your Draupadi or your peace. If a person put his money in the hand of the dacoit or the rocks, how can he hope that he will be returned to you? So you are putting your life energy, your consciousness, your faith into the hand of the blind and cruel persons in the name of the masters, the fake masters. But don't worry. Even you are spoiled and destroyed in many, many lives. But in this life, if you can stand in the Yuyusava, if you want to really fight with internal enemies, then I will help you. A minimum, my dear friend, aware in this birth, even you have spoiled your other birth, minimum, please, I am calling you. And you call God, as we say in Hindi, Prabhu aa jao, Prabhu aa jao. As the time when the Sadguru land in your life platform, the real Mahabharata start. And then you will be conquered. I admire that great men, they accept the Sadguru, they take the shelter and the help of the Sadguru, they give all the controlling of his life in the hand of the Sadguru. Honestly, I declare here, they have completed their half path of the liberation. The phrase in English says, "Well begun is half done." So the faith and the surrender in the Sadguru is the well begun is half done. for this. That person they run their life day to day, moment by moment, in the guidance of the Sadguru, and never allow ego. So, the victory in the control of that seekers, these seekers. The Kashmir Shiva Tantra says, Guru Rupaya. Only the Guru is alternative, nothing is alternative. So the meaning of Yuyusava is that the seeker says, if my life will be spoiled, if my life will be in waste, if my whole life will be involved in the awareness, but I will never leave the effort, I will never leave the meditation, I will never leave the Sadguru, I will never leave the path. I will get it anyhow. I will get it anyhow, and I will get it any cost. I will get the enlightenment. I will get the supreme awareness. I will know my inside God. Even I will bet in my last breath, well, I will get. The Ramayana says, only your inner God is real and other all the Maya. The Ramayana says, Gunatit, Goti, Tamisham, Girisham. All the gunas, all the indri, all the sensory organs, they cannot know the God, only that person who wants to go on the peak of consciousness that can know the God. So, the Ramayana says again, इंद्रिय सहित जहां जहां मन जाई सो सो माया समझो भाई मैं अरु तोर मोर सब माया. With the sensory organs and the mind goes anywhere, that all maya, that all illusion. And me and mine and yours all maya. My dear friend, what is the existence? Existence is living in you, alone and helpless, and there is no need of any shelter. And who is the astika? Who is the believer? Who is the real believer? Even I do not say, do not be believer, but I have no word of astika. Astika, it means he knows that God is present in the world. That is called astika. Who is astika? Astika is not that person who goes daily in the temple or do the puja, do the worship, do the arti, do the chanting, do the reading, do the yagna, and faith in the God. That is not astika. Astika word is made by the asti. Asti means presence. Asti means existing. Existing means existence. If a person was to trying to know existence inside, that is astika. That is real astika. And if he is believing in the hypothesis which is created by the society or the clever person or the so-called religious person, and he is faith on that, in my views that is, he is not astika, he is not real believer. So if you are a real believer, you must try to see the God inside, which is living inside of you and in the form of existence. And do not believe in the hypothetical God and goddesses. That person who knows the internal presence of the existence, that is Astika. That is the believer. That is the knower. But I say sometime, the non-believing is the base of knowing. Because you put your slate blank and then search. But unfortunately, the pupils made the God artificially by their hypothesis and imaginations. I want to say here in this book, if you believe the idols of the stones as God, I appreciate you believe, but I say only one thing. Why are you not to believe the stone wife, stone's idol of the wife? Why are you married with a alive woman? You should marry with a stone wife made by the stone. Please, marriage with the idols, lady idol. Why are you searching a alive wife and not searching alive God? What a wise person you are. You are befooling yourself, you are cheating yourself. You are so believer of the stony idols as a God. So why are you go to treatment of infertility up to America or up to any country? You should put a child idols making by the stone and love them like a real child. But you do not believe. You say, oh no, stone child cannot be child, but a stone God be a God. God even living inside of you. That is your living God. A master is living in front of you. That is your living God. But you are so fool and you are making foolishness, not others but yourself. You are making fool you. I want to give a third example. If you are believer of the stony God, then why are you making the food of vegetables and the chapati, roti? You make the chapati of stone and eat. In the market there is very, very different qualities of stony vegetables you can get. The plastic banana, the plastic grapes, the plastic foods. Why are you not eating that plastic food? You are putting that things for the show and beautification of your room. My dear friends, why are you befooling yourself? Why are you not searching the real God? You are satisfied with the temples, you are satisfied with the books, you are satisfied with the karma kanda, and your mind, your intellect and ego push you out and snatch your chance of enlightenment. My dear friend, you have no need you have no need of God. You need money, you need sensory pleasure, you need enjoyment of your nerves, because You are completely slave and unconscious person of your mind, intellect and ego. Only those person, they are Yusava, they are real seeker, they can come to the master. So, your artificial curiosity and your incomplete curiosity that is making absorption of your energy, money and time. So in this world, the millions of shops are open in the name of the divinity, spirituality or the religion. And many brands are selling the persons in their religious so-called religious ashrams. The different type of Sadguru here, the Kundalini Guru, the Karmakanda Guru, the Tantra Guru, the Yakshani Sadhana Guru, the Durga Sadhana Guru, the Shiv Sadhana Guru, the Vishnu Sadhana Guru, the Narayan Sadhana Guru, the Hari Om Guru, the Shiva Om Guru, the Bhairavi Chakra Sadhana Guru, the Betal Sadhana Guru, the Shamsan Sadhana Guru, the Yoga Guru, the Creative Yoga Guru, Yoga Guru. There are many type of yoga. They are inventing new and new branch. And I see somebody also make a artificial branch as I am teaching also after some time. Because you are the seeker of artificiality. You are not seeker of reality. So many Sadgurus, many Jagat Gurus, many Mahamandleshwar, many Pithadishwar, many Yogeshwar, many Kundaleshwar, many God and goddesses, many type of the spiritual divine practices. They are selling their goods in the market. And pupils are teaching the many arts of the divinity. And the career, business, professions, they are started in the name of the divinity and spirituality. So how you can listen the real master? I never hope. Oh no. I am only performing my duty. I never hope that result. Because I know. You are so wandering and blind and unconscious and deaf and dumb. You will not hear my calling. And some very few person they will hear, they will come to me. As you know, I have seen in my life the many shops, and I leave the 8 gurus. I was wandering all over the India and prominent ashrams, and I see the internal secret of that ashrams. My dear friend, as a hunter, hunt the animal. As the gurus, so-called gurus, they hunt the disciples. As a hunter, or the pardi, or the kanchar, they put the net of the thread and the words can caught in the threads and they sell the words and they kill the words. So your master, all the fake master is telling you, your fake masters are not is. Using your time, your wealth, your capacity, your quality in the favor of their drama and business. But if you are a real seeker, as like me, you cannot stay with the fake masters. If you are like the Hanuman, you cannot stay in the Kal Negi. I leave the fake masters and I come out in my real path, in my main road. I leave the side roads. I remember that if you are a real seeker, you will not stop your journey. And I remember a very nice quotation verse in Sanskrit. That Sanskrit verse says, Madhu lubdha yatha branga pushpo pushpantaram prajet, jnana lubdha yatha shishya guruvo guruvantaram prajet. As the branga, you know, the black insect which is flying on flower to flower and making the noise, whoo, whoo. That is called branga. I do not know English. That insect, black type insect, blue and black type, and the size of some big size, and he eat the nectar of flower. So the hungry insect, the branga, goes to flower to flower, and when he fill his stomach, his hunger was satisfied, then he take rest. So the good seeker is that he searched the Guru. When he found the good Guru, great Guru, then he stopped. Once upon a time, a master show an experiment to his disciples. He put the 2000 flower pot, the all flower pot containing with a plastic flowers or the paper flowers, and between 2000 flower pots he put a real flower pot, and he covered all the flower pot by the iron net, the mosquito net, and then he put a pore and covered every side, and he entered a honey bee inside. The honey bee never sit on artificial flower, 2000 flowers pot, but he do not, that honey bee, it not is sit on artificial flower. He sit only that real flower. My dear friend, unfortunately, you have no intellectuality equal to honeybee. You stay with the artificial gurus, fake gurus, so you are less intellectual than honeybee. Honeybee is more intellectual than you, then honeybee can identify the real flower and the artificial flower, but you cannot identify the real master or the fake master. My dear friend, I am very, very unsatisfied without your ability and intellectuality in the spiritual science. You do not identify what is the real and what is the fake. You are not able like it, honeybee. You always faith in the artificial and pump and show things and the propaganda, and you go with the propaganda and with the crowd. And your unfortunate thing is that the fake gurus and fake masters, they are snatching your time and money and capacity and the chance. So, my dear friend, minimum you learn by the honeybee who can satisfy your hunger of the seeking of the God. I read a poem when I was child in my textbook of second standard. That poem was is that फूलों से नित हंसना सीखो, भौरों से नित गाना, और फल से लदी डालियों से नित सीखो शीश झुकाना. Listen by the happiness with the flowers. Listen happiness by the flowers. And listen singing by the honeybees and the bhoras. And please listen politeness and egolessness by the branches which is full with the fruits. If you have the fruit of the enlightenment, peace, prosperity, internal side, you will become polite. And if you have nothing, you will become the rigid and angry person. My dear friend, but you do never listen this lesson. You go opposite. You broke the flowers and crushed them for their purpose, your purposes. You never accept the flowers blossoming happiness. You always accept the sadness, not happiness. So you are crushing the flowers in your life as well as you are crushing in the death of birth in different type of the factors. My dear friend, as you distribute, because you do not get the peace, how can you distribute the peace? You never want to hear the sweet and melodious song of the honeybees and the bhoras and the birds. I am giving you the indication of Anahat Nada. Even you have get a small money more than others. Even you get the prime position in society or any post or any importance, you will become a rigid and you become a proudy and you become a stiff person. Siddhi is the bigger thing, but you are become the proudy in very small achievement of your fake life. So my dear friend, we sing a song, देखो क्या मिलता है संसार में रस लेते लेते. देखो क्या मिलता है संसार में रस लेते लेते, भ्रमित हो माया के विस्तार में रस लेते लेते. मिला जो कुछ भी है उसके लोभी बन बैठे, तनिक वैभव पद पाकर लोभी दोषी बन बैठे. स्वयं को भूल गए अधिकार में रस लेते लेते. It means you have got nothing in this world. You see what you get in this world. As thing you get, you lost. You get very small thing, you will become the greedy. You get any treasure, you will become greedy, more greedy, and you are doing some wrong things that makes you accusing. You completely forgotten yourself because you have gotten some rights and some power. My dear friend, the innocent seekers, unfortunately, trapped in the hand of the fake gurus. So Kabir says, जाका गुरु भी अंधला और चेला खड़ा निरंक, अंधे अंधा ठेलिया दोनों कूप परंतु. The blind master is not master, but for the living the good life they become the master, and the innocent seekers, they caught in the trap of the blind master, and they both goes in the death and birth pit. My dear friend, I am describing here the word Yujusava. Yujusava, it means I am getting you ready to fight with your internal enemies and internal ignorance and internal darkness. So I am showing your darkness. If you do not know your darkness, if you do not know your evils, how can you fight if you do not know your enemy? So my dear friend, if once you can caught you caught in fake master, that is a very, very unpleasant condition. You do not leave master and you do not accept master. So your chances going away. Because the master create a fear in the brain. If you leave them, you will go in the hell. But I saying that this is also a hell. My dear friend, if you doing any exercise or any doing, any function, any work, any activity in the name of the spirituality, then you are making a big net for you, you are making a big foundation for you, you are making a new jail for you. Because master never teach the doing. Because you doing that, your doer will be strong. As your forefathers was doing, as you are doing. My dear friend, be aware, be detached from these misunderstandings. My dear friend, I want to tell, if any guru teach you doing, you leave that guru because that hell is okay in the comparison of that guru. Because this is also a hell. Because you have a fear to go the hell and you have a blankness, you have no peace inside. So there is no peace, there is hell. There is peace, there is heaven. So do not waste the money and the time and your energy in the fake activities. Minimum you should free from this type of fake things, so that will reduce your pain and sorrow. My dear friend, what will do the jigyasu? What will do the seeker? I will tell you the answer in the next discourse, because this Yuyusava word is big word. This Yuyusava word has a long description. So this part of Yuyusava word is finished, and second part of Yuyusava word we will take in the 14th discourse. Thank you very much. Love you very much.